The target market page is where you start a new survey or check the feasibility and price for a potential survey you want to launch. The sample complexity meter in the upper left-hand corner will give you real-time feedback based on the level of targeting. As you change the sample requirements, such as age range, income, or education level, you'll notice that the price and delivery timeframe automatically adjust as well. Delivery time is guaranteed by the quoted deadline if you launch your survey within the specified timeframe. If you plan to launch later, no problem. We'll give you a new delivery guarantee. The cost of your survey is based on several factors. The time respondents will have to spend to complete your survey, known as the length of interview, the percentage of panelists who will qualify to take your survey out of all the attempts made, or incidence rate, and any technical surcharges based on your membership level and extra features. The starting price point for a panel survey shows a survey completed by 400 respondents, which is the recommended industry minimum for a statistically relevant sample size in a population such as that of the United States. Traits included in every survey are detailed on the left sidebar. The default set of traits may vary from country to country based on available census data. At the top of the page is the survey title box. Enter your internal survey title here so you can find and manage the survey later in your dashboard. This title will not be visible to respondents. The Research Topic drop-down menu lets you choose the most appropriate category for your survey. There are two types of surveys to build. First, panel surveys will be fielded to AYTM's exclusive panel with an extended network of 60 million worldwide respondents. Below the panel list options are countries and languages. Choose from over 35 countries and 19 languages, or simply from our worldwide panel of English-speaking Internet users. If you select a country in the European Union and are not yet GDPR certified, you will be prompted to take action. In many countries, you will be able to select from multiple languages. For example, when the United States is selected, you have the option of using English or Spanish. Language selection affects the price, availability of panelists, and interface options. When you select a language other than English, standard traits, default text, and pre-configured questions will appear in the selected language, but you will have to translate your own question and answer text. Click Show Me in English to toggle the trait language view between the selected target market language and English on the target market page. Screener or pre-qualification questions at the beginning of your survey help to find only those respondents who are relevant to your study. For surveys fielded in the United States, select from our library of over 2,000 house tags, which cover a wide range of life descriptors from health and media use to hobbies, purchasing habits, and brand awareness. Browse the full list of house tags by clicking in the search bar and scrolling through the list, or by typing in keywords. Hover over a house tag to see the actual question text displayed to the right of the tag. Toggle between Include or Exclude. Choose Include to accept respondents with this trait into your survey, and choose Exclude to reject anyone with this trait from your survey. Custom prequals are available in all countries and can be used in combination with house tags. You will be prompted to add your unique pre-qualification question on the survey editor page. While there is no limit to the number of pre-qualification questions in a survey, keep in mind that the more prequals there are, the more complex and therefore more expensive your survey will be, since we'll have to dig deeper to find the specific sample that you need. The drop-down entitled Estimate Incidence Rate allows you to select a percentage for incidence rate, known as IR for short. IR is the percentage of respondents who qualify for a survey out of the total number of respondents who attempted to qualify. You can change the estimate at any time before your survey is fielded, but your survey cannot be fielded until an IR is selected. A low IR means that fewer respondents will qualify for the survey, so it will be more difficult to fulfill the ordered number of completes. As you adjust IR, the pricing and complexity meter will adjust accordingly. Once your survey is launched, if the actual IR falls below your predicted IR, we may contact you to pause the fielding, at which point you'll have the choice to stop the survey or increase the budget to complete fielding at a higher cost. The Demographic Quotas drop-down menu allows you to field your survey to specific quota groups or to receive quota-balanced responses. Quota group is selected by default. If you make no changes to the demographic traits below, your survey will conduct organic fielding and there will be no balancing of any sort. Age ranges and household income can be narrowed or widened as needed with the respective sliders between 18 and 65 and $0 to $500,000 plus. Other traits can be adjusted by clicking the respective drop-down menus. The location option may not be available for every country, but there are several ways to set up geo targeting for US-based surveys. When you click in the respective search field, you'll see regional options followed by individual states. To select many different regions or states quickly, it may be easier to click Add All and deselect as necessary. When you select Target by zip codes, type the desired zip code or codes into the text box. Once one zip code has been entered, a checkbox appears, allowing you to include all zip codes within a certain radius of the central location, or within a certain radius of all zip codes provided in the text field. Click the drop-down arrow to adjust the radius up or down. The number of zip codes targeted will automatically update. When you click on the number, the list of all zip codes evaluated appears. To narrow down the target audience, adjust the demographic traits listed below to create your own custom groups. Or click the Custom Quota Groups drop-down to select pre-built quota groups. Click the Add button below the last quota group to build additional nested quota groups with specific demographic traits. While there is technically no limit to the number of groups you can add, consider the complexity you're adding to your survey with each group and specification. When you add quota groups, click the default percentage to the left of the group to adjust how many responses you would like to receive from a particular group. A lock will appear, and the percentages of other groups collected will adjust accordingly. Click the lock icon to reset the percentage. Toggle to N at the top of the quota group selection to adjust quota groups by a specific number of responses instead. If you are conducting a US-based survey, you can click the drop-down and select Quota Balancing to align your survey respondent completes with US Census data. Demographic traits appear as checkboxes that can be turned on or off. You must select 2 to 3 traits by which to balance. If you would like to select more than 3, the sample size must be increased accordingly. If you or your team have previously run surveys with AYTM, below locations is a past respondents feature. This allows you to receive a fresh sample if you plan to launch 2 or more similar surveys within a given time frame and need to prevent an overlap of respondents between them. If you need to launch concurrent surveys with a mutually exclusive sample, please contact support and we'll be happy to set it up for you. As you're adjusting quota groups, notice that if you make the target market too narrow, the sample complexity meter will be replaced with a prompt to call us to begin the process for a custom quote. This is because the target audience is so narrow, it will take special effort to find the respondents you need. If your study requires a custom quote, reach out to our support team and they will put you in contact with one of our experts to make sure you get the results as efficiently and cost-effectively as possible. Toward the bottom of the page, adjust the slider or type in the desired number of completes to determine how many people will take your survey up to 10,000. You can choose as few as 50 by typing the number into the box at the right, but keep in mind that anything under 400 is considered directional, which means it's not as statistically reliable as a sample size of 400 or more. A sample size of at least 1,000 will greatly reduce your margin of error at the industry standard of 95% confidence, and is also the smallest sample size that most reputable publications will accept as a data source. Choose 3,000 to 5,000 if you plan to analyze subsets of the data individually, reserving at least 400 completes for each subgroup. If you already have a group of people who are willing to take your survey, such as a mail list, active Twitter followers, Facebook community, or a website or blog with high traffic, create a list survey instead. At the top of the page, select List Survey. With list surveys, you will be given a survey link and an embed code upon launch so you can direct traffic to this survey. You can toggle between panel and list survey up until you click Save or Write Survey on the target market page for the first time. Click the EU Responses button to allow European responses. If you are not yet GDPR approved, you will see an option to become certified. Even with your own list of respondents, if you would like to make sure you have a relevant sample, you can add house tags or pre-qualification questions as needed. Next, choose your survey language from the drop-down. This will present the default and instruction text for your survey in another language, but this will not affect your user interface. Click the respective buttons to ask various demographic trait questions. Instead of using them to target your sample, these pre-written questions will enable you to better understand your list survey data, drill down into it on the stats page, and have access to more filtering options. Click the respective radio button to choose whether trait questions are asked at the beginning or the end of a survey. You can collect between 50 and 5,000 list survey completes by using the slider, or collect up to 10,000 completes by typing your target number in this box. If you need more than 5,000 responses, the cost per complete will be displayed in accordance with your membership level. Click the gear icon in the top right corner to access more advanced features like the ability to limit completes by IP address or by device using cookies. These features can help prevent the same respondent from contaminating your data with repeated completes, or provide you with a better geographic distribution by limiting the amount of completes that can come from the same network, such as an office or a dorm room. Please let us know if you need to pass UUIDs or other user-specific information through a URL link to augment statistics with your own transactional data. Before you click Save, click the drop-down to select which dashboard and folder you would like to save your survey among a list of your available team members or the team dashboard. Whether you're creating a panel or list survey, click Save to save your target market page selections, and click Write Survey to head to the Survey Editor page to begin writing your survey. When you revisit your saved target market page, you will be able to discard any new changes made, reverting to the last saved version. At any point, click the Reset Target Market button on the left sidebar to start over.